You're watching Newsday. Like we reminded you at some point in this bulletin, tomorrow, Saturday, February the 21st, 2026, is Elections Day in Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital territory. The 6 municipal council areas will be in full public purview as eligible voters turn out to choose their preferred chairman and councillors. The issue of security of the vote and the voting public is being considered paramount in tomorrow's exercise. And for more on what must be done to defend the integrity of that vote, we're now being joined by Senator Ireti Kingibe, the senator who represents the Federal Capital Territory in the National Assembly. Good to have you with us.
Good afternoon.
Very good.
I'm glad to be here.
Indeed. Now, Senator, how prepared is the FCT for tomorrow's municipal council elections in terms of security and logistics?
Well, that is a statement that a question that only the government can answer. But from my observations, I think everything is ready, both security and logistics. Members of the different area council followed the materials yesterday, so we know the materials have arrived. Everything seems to be on track.
And Senator, what specific measures are in place to... Sorry to interrupt. Please go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but what gives the residents of the FCT great concern right now is the fact that for the first time in the history of FCT, we are all prevented from moving around after 8 o'clock, effectively putting a curfew on us. And we do not understand why. It's never been necessary before. Lots of people need to do little bits and pieces. And this is a democracy. There's no reason to infringe on our democratic rights without compelling reasons. Curfews are usually imposed when you have serious security breaches, and there have been none. So we're a little confused about why this is happening. This is the only medium of speaking to the minister is through the media. So maybe when he hears my concerns and not just my concern, I speak on behalf of the people, most of the people of the FCT. This curfew, they don't understand, they're confused, and they feel that it is not right, that it is the usual imperial and autocratic way of how they have been administered to date. And that is something I would like the minister to address. It's a problem for the FCT.
Fair enough. And we know that there are measures in place to ensure the safety of voters and electoral officials across the 6 area councils. You've expressed that this curfew is not very comfortable. Are you aware of any other efforts in place to ensure the safety of voters and electoral officials?
Yes, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of policemen have come out, more than we've ever seen in any local government election. That should be enough. If you put them all out on the streets tomorrow, it would look like we're in a state of war. That's still fine. But why we cannot move around the evening before is what we do not understand.
All right, Senator, are you confident that INEC is fully ready to conduct a free, fair and credible elections in Abuja?
Well, all I can say is that I hope that INEC is ready for the free, fair elections. FCT is FCT. And we have a lot of observers, embassies, enlightened electorate. So chances are, and that's the reason that the curfew bothers us, is because why is it necessary? Maybe there are some nefarious activities that need to take place the evening before, why people cannot be on the streets. But other than that, I think everything is fine, ready for the elections, but we really, really object to that curfew. It's totally unnecessary and an infringement on our rights.
Could you speak on the mechanisms that exist to prevent vote buying, intimidation, or manipulation at the polling units?
Usually, if you look at, especially let's take AMAC, which is my local government, the electorate are mostly civil servants, educated people like me and you, and not very amenable to vote buying. Maybe if you go to the interior possibly. So this local government that has 50% of Abuja's votes it has always been difficult to buy their votes, always, in every election. And if you look at the records, it will show that that's the way it's always been.
Indeed, Senator. Now, given...
everybody's prepared. All the parties are all ready.
All right.
Sorry. Continue.
Okay, right. I was going to ask, given concerns about voter apathy in local government elections over time, so what message do you have for residents of the FCT?
Well, I think it would be fairly true to say that this particular election will see a much larger voter turnout than we usually see, for many, many, many reasons, which I won't go into now. So that's the reason why we are all certain that whoever wins, wins. What they do after the results at the polls, that's a different matter. But manipulating the votes at the polls has always been extremely difficult.
Yeah. Well, Senator, how important...
For AMAC. And...
Go ahead.
I'm listening.
No, you go ahead.
No, even the other local governments. Local government is very personal to the communities and to the people. So they also stand firm on their choices. But we will see what happens.
And Senator, how important are these...
My prediction is that different parties will win across.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I was wondering how important the council elections are in shaping governance and service delivery, especially at the grassroots level.
Well, they're supposed to be important. AMAC, for instance, is the largest local government in Nigeria. The appropriation for AMAC alone monthly, it compares to many states. So it should be working for the people, but it has not been to date because of the caliber of local government chairmen we're getting. So this election, FCT people are taking more interest in the kind of people we're electing to manage those funds. So we shall see what happens.
And Senator, earlier you mentioned the how difficult it is to invoke vote buying in parts of the FCT when it comes to elections such as this. But what role should security agencies play, and how do we ensure that they remain neutral, you think?
In some places, especially in the interior parts, they should look for children voting. Also, manipulations at the collation centers. Those are the places where you can actually fiddle with the votes a little bit. But generally, at the polling units, Abuja voters are very, very protective of their votes. And for a lot of especially AMAC and Buhari, it's very difficult to actually manipulate at the polling units. You can probably try and buy agents, but not this time around. This election is very, very important to FCT. We're taking it personally. And so it's fine. It should be all right. But the locking us all up away at 8 p.m., that is a problem. And really the main reason I came out here is to convey that message to the Minister of FCT and to the government that this is a democracy. We are not in a state of war. We are just only going to vote for local governments. And I don't see why all of this is necessary. Thank you.
And if disputes do arise after the election, what's the proper channel for redress in order to protect the integrity of the entire process?
The usual way, go to the courts. But we also have started to lose trust in the judiciary. So I cannot tell you what each area council decides to do. In some area councils, they're pretty vocal and aggressive about protecting their votes. Tomorrow is pregnant. We will see what it gives birth to.
Indeed, we'll look forward to the elections. Senator Ireti Kingibe, would like to thank you very much for your time.